Alrighty folks, let's get to it. So again, the entrance to my room, I still keep this sign here. I like it. You know, forewarning any would-be guest in my home, to not touch my statues. In general, I don't like having guests over. I try to not have guests over and don't even take my family into my cave. Nevertheless, let's check it out. So if you remember previously in my old man cave, I did a lot of IKEA, Bestas, Stuvas, and in the last 8 months, I've really been upgrading to this garage shelf unit. Has much better depth, better height inside. You can fit better looking statues and see them much better. It also supports much more weight. They can support up to 800 pounds. And overall, I just think it looks better. So I have upgraded a lot of my cave to that and do plan to upgrade more of it to that. So we are still waiting for Shazam to go right there in that right spot. We put the poster here, the Justice League. We got a little mini Green Lantern setup with a baby doll by Sideshow Collectibles, 1/4 scale. Underneath this garage shelving unit, I have done, it's kind of random movies into a little bit of creatures. So you have this mummy statue, which is freaking amazing. This is a custom piece. It is very, very big, and that's why I need this 24-inch depth garage shelf. And to the left of it, I've done my Medusa, along with Perseus from Clash of the Titans. So I still absolutely love this Medusa, and Perseus is a great companion piece. And I think together this set looks really good. To the left is Game of Thrones. So Khaleesi is a newer one in the collection. She's still newer. I had the bust for quite some time, but I'm extremely happy to finally add Prime One's collaboration with Blitzway's Game of Thrones Khaleesi. This is an absolutely beautiful statue. It's huge and extremely heavy. The dragons are freaking awesome. You got 3 of them. And then just this gorgeous throne with this nice plaque. Just an overall beautiful piece. Next to my bronze silicone Khaleesi bust with glass eyes, 3 dragon eggs, and then the Targaryen plaque. So just like this ultimate little Khaleesi display. Looks absolutely amazing, and I love it. So that is what's currently underneath what is my Justice League setup. So like I said, I'm going to be adding Shazam, just waiting on my retailer. He's having a hard time importing, so it's probably going to be many, many more months. But we still have this line. Darkseid, he is sold, so disregard him. He is a placeholder for what will be Prime One Studios Darkseid. But I still absolutely love this line. I think it's phenomenal. They're huge, incredible detail. You got Flash here. I am currently holding the Batarang. He's definitely one of the, freaking just amazing sculpts and paint jobs. Very vibrant looking and great sculpt. Then you have Cyborg with his awesome light up feature. He looks so freaking cool, especially when he's lit up, just like the movie. I really like that pose on him, even more than the double arm gun pose. I like displaying the 3 mother boxes in front of him. I think this is very suitable. The Aquaman one, the human one, and this is technically the Wonder Woman one. Then you have Aquaman. I've been doing this pose lately. I do like it. It's very powerful looking. This is an awesome statue. Huge, 33 inches tall. So you really got to see these in person to really, truly understand and appreciate the size, the detail, the presence. So really just all adds up. So this is the Darkseid. This is technically a 1/4 scale Darkseid, so that's why he doesn't look, scaled correctly. Because in, real life, in the movies, Darkseid is much bigger than Superman. Here he's like, an inch taller? But the Prime One Studios Darkseid 1/3 is 41 inches taller, so it's going to be substantially taller. It's going to look absolutely glorious, and I cannot freaking wait. So that is just a placeholder. He'll be out of the collection soon. Then we have Superman. Now, I know a lot of people want me to get the Snyder Cut version, but to me, Superman is the red and blue. That is Superman. I know I got the half-scale version, which we'll look at shortly. But I love the original costume. I just love the vibrant colors and the overall look. Much better than the black costume. Black is just kind of bland, and Batman's black to me. So I do like to display little proximity pieces, props throughout my collection. I feel like it really enhances the display. I got this little Superman key, the Kryptonite, Batman, you got a life-size Batarang. Batman is still my favorite among the Justice League line. I think him and Wonder Woman are the two best. Batman's just presence and overall pose is just so good. Got this Wonder Woman poster with the God Killer. Got that Justice League poster. Lots of posters, as you'll see. Then the Wonder Woman Ultimate Edition by Prime One. So this is a switch out torso. Very, very cool. Love this piece. It's amazing. This whole Justice League line is just absolutely amazing. So here's where I'll be putting the Queen Studios Wonder Woman bust. You know, looking at the bust, I thought I might be able to put it down here, but I just don't think it'll look good down low. This is what will probably be one of my favorite life-size busts in my collection, so I just cannot sacrifice putting it down low to get another 1/3 up top. So I want to put it right here next to Wonder Woman and have that shield right there. So shield, Wonder Woman bust, sword, and the ultimate right here. I think that's going to look really, really good. Plus, it's a good separator from, you know, Justice League and Underworld. But yeah, here is the Justice League setup. So, well, we're definitely adding Prime One's Dark Side. Steppenwolf depends if I can fit it and make it look good and not cluttered. It's a maybe. We're definitely getting Shazam. I might even be able to fit Shazam in there with Flash Cyborg and maybe Steppenwolf there on that glass curio shelf back there. We will see. Then we're going to come over to the other part of DC. So we got the Trinity half scale. I'm very happy with this Trinity half scale. It's definitely a keeper in my books. I think Prime One did a fantastic overall job with them. You got the big bad boy Batman. He is freaking humongous, which is incredible detail. Just phenomenal overall. Looks so realistic. You know, even though they only did translucent resin for like this skin, it looks very good, just about as good as silicone. The eyes are extremely well done. And I like to display these little coins and then having this like that. So it's, you know, like every other one. I just think that looks really good. Wonder Woman is still my favorite among the bunch. I think she just looks the best with her real hand-punched hair. Plus, I love her costume. She's so just freaking beautiful. I mean, just look at that. You know, and then you got this giant metal sword with really good weathering, this real like rope material, leather, just an absolutely gem of a statue. And they all have matching bases. I mean, they're almost the exact same, but they're not truly the exact same. Then this is one of my wife's favorite statues, the half-scale Henry Cavill Superman. This is definitely a very nice statue, incredible likeness. You know, this was my first half scale from Prime One. Then I bought Wonder Woman. Then I bought Batman. But he looks phenomenal. Mixed media. And these are just huge. And I love having them to the left of my television. Underneath is where we do more like random movies that don't really go in other places. And I can't fit too much here. Technically, I could fit a garage shelf here. But then that would put their heads like half an inch underneath that ceiling, which I would not do. I think they're a good height right now. They look me in the face. So here we got Hellboy by Sideshow Collectibles. And this also includes his right-handed Doom. Awesome job. If there's ever a good life-size bust, I would definitely consider it and pair it with this. I know Sideshow did theirs, but I just can't go back to those old Sideshow busts. They just don't impress me, and I feel like they're just a waste of space. Then we have my Avatar setup. So I do love Avatar. Can't wait for the next movies. Love this setup. If I ever found Sideshows in a Teary bust, I would consider it. I do think they did a great job on that particular bust. But this is a definitely really good pair and the best statues of Avatar. Then we got my Harry Potter setup. So this is by Gentle Giant. 1/4 scale, mixed media. Iron Studios did show off their Voldemort, which definitely is overall better than mine. I mean, mine's still absolutely fantastic. It's mixed media, amazing likeness, good base. Theirs is better, but it's also triple the price what I paid of mine. So unless they reveal a Harry, I don't plan to get it. I also got the Harry Potter wand from Universal Studios Orlando. Then here is my middle DC setup. So We're still adding a few more pieces to this particular setup. These are called Maja cases. I'm not a huge fan of these display cases. They don't feel sturdy. You can't fit a lot of statues inside. They're very expensive and they take forever to arrive. So I much prefer just a garage shelf, because if I want a new garage shelf, I go to Walmart right now and pick it up. So underneath we got the Queen Studios Joker mask. This is a very recent acquisition, but it looks great down there. And the Bane mask. So I just kept it simple just because, you know, right here I don't have a lot of, you know, I can't put a tall statue, you wouldn't see it good. You can only put something very simple down there, and I feel like those are perfect. Because even if I'm standing directly in front of the shelf like this, I can still see both of those quite good. So yeah, I'm not putting statues, I'm just putting these face props. I'll eventually add a Batman mask, you know, in there or even there. You know, I could easily scoot one of these over and put a Batman mask if I wanted to. But overall, they do look great in my display. Then we go to Suicide Squad. You know, I purposely like having it this way, as if the Suicide Squad is facing off against the Justice League. We got the Harley Quinn 1/3 by Prime One Studios. I generally always display this portrait because I just love it. I feel like it really brings out Margot Robbie's character and the likeness. I'm a huge fan of this piece. I absolutely love it. I have no plans to ever sell it. Then you got her companion Joker piece. Great piece. Love the design of this Joker. Hopefully we can see more of him in the future. And then you got this bad boy, Deadshot. I've been switching back and forth between this and the white mask portrait, but I really want to look at Will Smith's face right now. This one, I think it's just amazing. And he definitely is just a phenomenal piece. Now, my plans are to eventually move Joker right here, him right there, scoot her over a little bit, and do the Infinity Studios Margot Robbie life-size silicone bust. This is a $4,000 silicone bust, shipping like end of next year. I think it'll be the best bust in my collection when I get it. So I'm super excited. I think it'll just go perfect next to the Prime One Harley. And, you know, if I could fit it, I'd keep Joker here as well and have the bust in between the two. I don't know if that would fit considering how wide that one is with the arm. But for now, we're going to plan just the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn display and then Joker next to it and then Deadshot in the middle. Here I just keep some of the spare heads along with the DC Universe, so nothing special, just the spare heads. Just trying to keep it clean. You know, I've previously done it in front of the statues, but I like to keep it cleaner. You know, I don't like having too many extra heads. I really don't like having them in front too much. It depends on the situation. Then we come into my Dark Knight Trilogy display, as well as my Avengers 1/10 line. So here is the complete Prime One Dark Knight Rises line. I waited forever for Bane. You know, he is finally here. But we have, of course, Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. Beautiful statue. It's definitely not the best Catwoman out there. I think Queen Studios' new one is better. However, it's also more than triple the price of this one. So, and it's also not going to be scaled the same. It won't match these two. So I have no plans to change out this Catwoman. You know, I do like Anne Hathaway quite a bit, and I do like her portrayal of Catwoman, but I'm still very happy with this one. I like the pose, the size, and I still think the likeness is solid. Then you have Bane. Bane's actually my favorite 1/3 of all my, you know, like Justice League, Suicide Squad, Batman. I think Bane's the best. I think he has the best detail, the most realistic. His vein work in his arms is just absolutely insane. You know, they absolutely killed it with this Bane, so I just love it. And I did get the ultimate version, which does include a switch out right there. Then you have the Batman. He's actually probably one of my second favorites. I really like this Batman. I think it's leagues better than Queen Studios. And I know not a lot of people agree with me, but I like this one a lot more. And yes, size does matter. And that's one reason I like this a lot more. Plus, I like the cowl much better. I'm going to be getting Queen Studios Joker. I'm sorry. I had Queen Studios Joker. I sold it to get Prime One Studios Joker, which will go right there. Then we got this little 1/10 Ghost Rider, and then the Bane switch out. Here's the entire Iron Studios 1/10 Avengers Endgame line, the battle scene. So this has a lot of characters. I put a backdrop in there. But it looks really, really cool. These 1/10 scales, honestly, are really cool. If you only have like one of them, they're not super impressive. But when you get like 20 of them together and it forms a giant war scene, it's really freaking cool. So I do like that quite a bit there. And it, you know, sort of like a continuation into these 1/10s where I got the Infinity War battle scene, which is super cool, having all those characters. And then the Black Order, and that's just awesome. And then I am Iron Man, Vormir, and Hela. So, you know, just putting those underneath my TV just because I don't really need those full spaces for anything TV-wise. You know, I just got my speakers, my surround sound system, some PS5 games. This is a 77-inch LG QLED TV. So it's one of the best TVs in the market for your average consumer. And then I got a PS5 right there. Then we come into horror. This is actually my favorite part of my collection. When you start from Underworld and go all the way over to right here, this, in my opinion, is the best part of my entire collection. One of the best parts is this Underworld setup. This, to me, is still, you know, one of the absolute best lines out there. I absolutely freaking love it. There's been so many good statues as of late, but I just love the characters and everything about this. You got Marcus with this massive 3-foot wide wingspan. It's just incredible detail, so cool. Facing off against a Lycan. This guy is super, super cool. And this is on top of a garage shelf that's 18 inches deep by 48 inches wide. You can see his wingspan goes out an extra foot or two. So very, very impressive piece. With I got this custom printed poster. I do all the COAs. Underneath you have the 2 life-size busts. Marcus, and I did add this HCG necklace on here. He is a very impressive bust. Very happy to own him. And then the Selene Stars by HCG. And the Lycan. This guy is freaking awesome. Very, very happy to have him in my collection. So these two look absolutely amazing together. Just this whole pair is just freaking amazing. To the left above, you still have the Blade. This is my original Cinemaquette that started me on this journey. The bust, to be specific. That was my first ECC product. And then I bought this placard after that. But I'm still a huge fan of this bust. I think it's absolutely amazing. So freaky, cool, and just amazing. This was my first 1/3 by ECC. I still absolutely love it. I have no plans to ever sell this. I will take this to my grave. Or pass it off to my child if I ever have a child. But love this Blade setup. I'd definitely love to add a 1/3 Blade himself to my collection if I could ever get one, you know, display it like right there, for example. I'd be super happy to get Blade and Selene. Then we got this ginormous beast of a statue, Ash by Prime 1 Studios from the Evil Dead 2 movie series. This is a newer one I got this year. This thing is freakishly huge. You know, just look at it next to my hand. So this is a huge just diorama. You got everything from the Book of the Dead, the Candarian dagger, the hand, the freaking Deadite in the Dweller, and Ash just looks amazing. This is my favorite portrait of the 4 because he does come with 4 heads. And then you got the deer, and then I bought this custom Evil Dead skull from the movie poster, but I just love this display. I'm just super happy with it. And then, of course, you got the life-size props underneath with this life-size Candarian dagger, the Book of the Dead. You know, I use my hand for size reference. Still debating on what to put here and here. I am going to get Blue Box Hyper's Nun Bust, and I'm also considering just putting it right here and getting an Annabelle doll next to her. Or I could just put it just there. The reason I consider it here is because that leaves that spot open to put, you know, like, I can move Myers back into PCS Leatherface right there. I'm still waiting on PCS to show their Leatherface and Ghostface. They're just taking forever. We do have a 1/10 scale Nun right here, but we'll be getting the life-size bust. We got 1/10 Pennywise, and then Michael Myers by PCS 1/3, the life-size prop. And I also bought this custom pumpkin and the Judith Myers tombstone. I also added blood to mine, so basically I have the exclusive version. I made my own exclusive. And then here we got Blue Box Hyper Pennywise. Still one of my absolute favorite busts in my collection, number 2 to be exact. With the ECC Pennywise, which is one of my favorite 1/3s out there. I think they just killed it. Even though some will disagree, I still think it's absolutely amazing, especially with this scary head, the teeth detail, the eyes, the balloon. I absolutely love it. Then the Pennywise in the sewer with the it and the blood, the SS Georgie. Then here is the ultimate Pennywise out there, Blue Box Hyper. Just look at that. You can't get any better than that. Ultimate detail, ultimate likeness. Crazy cool. Yeah, this is truly a one-of-a-kind gem, and anyone out there of the 45 owners is very lucky to have this. They understand. The only thing I ask the 45 owners out there, please fix your hair. I see too many people have it and the hair looks terrible. You got to take some time to do the hair. Pennywise's hair has a curl like this, you know, and then this part is a little twisty and it goes up. You know, you want this to go up, you want this to curl out like this on each side. So you gotta use hairspray if necessary, but doing a good hair really does make a difference. So you gotta do it, trust me. It just makes it so much better when the hair is done properly. Then we come to my Freddy and Jason display. So this is something I struggled for a long time if I ever wanted to buy it. And then my friend, the Godfather out of Australia, he told me to buy it. And so I ended up getting, you know, each bust. I bought the 1/3. Of course, I had issues with both those, but overall, I'm very happy I got this line. I think it's absolutely amazing. I've also done some custom on the busts that have substantially improved both of them. You know, on the Jason bust, we've done Crash Creations custom Jason mask. And I think it really just made this bust to another level. This mask is phenomenal detail and it looks amazing. Got glass eyes inside there. Holding a metal sword or machete. And then you got a custom Chucky underneath. Got him holding the doll and his knife. Good guy batteries. Very, very cool. One of the best Chuckies out there. Then you have the 1/3 ECC Jason. So currently I'm having him hold his mask like this so I can see the portrait, and then this one has the mask. I think this looks really impressive. I love the glass eyes, the detail and the sculpt. The base, freaking amazing with this whole water effect. The Kid Jason inside, which is so freaky and cool. Then you have the Freddy Krueger 1/3 with his Infinity Hell base. Very, very cool. Love this piece so much. Now, I own both of the Sideshow Freddys, but I like this one far more. It's just far better in my opinion. Even if the likeness is a tad bit off, I still think it's far superior. Then you have the custom hat on the bust. This is by Luca Designs. They did a great job on that hat for me with the burn marks. This has, to date, my favorite eyes on any life-size bust. I think ECC did such a good job on it. And then you got this real blade leather. They did such a good job on his claws on that hand. You got the Elm Street sign above. This does have a light up feature. Underneath is where we put some props. The extra like hat, 1/10 poster. Same thing for Jason. Got some extra masks, 1/10. I just think overall makes this display look really good. So I have considered changing these displays to garage shelving. If I do, it does kind of mess up this whole look, and I really like this. But I do think these would look better just a little bit higher up, you know, on the garage shelf height. But it would mean this display would not work or look as good. I might have to do like a middle shelf and have that top shelf, and then maybe do like those props and 1/10 underneath. I don't know. But I may do it. For now, I'm keeping it like this, but I do absolutely love it. Then to the left is where we go into Terminator, Alien, and Predator. So Terminator is consolidated now. I used to have it all over the place, and I changed some shelving into garage. I lowered this shelf. You know, I've done a lot of work, and we consolidated everything. We've added 2 new Terminator pieces to the collection since the last video. Well, 3 actually. First is the Terminator Genesis half-scale bust. This is by Chronicle Collectibles. Nice looking little bust here. Next to the Sideshow 1/4 Arnold T2. This is a great 1/4 scale statue. I love it. I got the exclusive with this little thumb. Then this is actually the exclusive for the Pure Arts Battle Damaged. It's a life-size bullet replica. So I actually like keeping this next to my Ultimate Grail bust, the Queen Arnold. So this bad boy cost me a pretty penny. It cost a lot of money. I sacrificed and sold a lot of statues to get this, but it was well worth it because it's one of my favorite busts in my collection, one of my favorite pieces. Overall, it's my favorite bust in my collection. It is above Pennywise. I think it's purely just because of the design, the whole, torn flesh, the endoskeleton, the detail. No, just an amazing bust. So good. Then you got one of my favorite half scales, the Terminator 2 by Sideshow. Have it here in the corner like this with the poster, and I think it looks amazing. So I'm very happy with this. Next to the Sideshow Endo bust. This looks awesome next to the half scale with the arm. So just super, super cool having them next to each other. And then I also got this little CPU metal COA I made. And then the Pure Arts Battle Damage bust, which is something I added since the last time, because I had the clean version, sold it to get the Battle Damage version. But overall, I'm very happy with this Terminator display. I am selling this right here, and I pre-ordered Prime 1 Studios half-scale Arnold from Terminator 1, and it's going to go right there. It's going to be freakishly huge, but I think it's just going to look amazing having half-scale bust, and then the props. It's just going to look overall better. That one is silicone and like 46 inches tall, so it's going to be very impressive. Then to the left is where we really go into my Alien and Predators and some of my major grails in my collection. And I've paired this up in really like 3 1/3 pair setups and then 2 life-size setups. So first 1/3 setup is Wolf and XM Studios Alien. And I got a poster above them fighting. My whole theme is AVP, Alien vs. Predator. That's how I do it. So Wolf obviously is AVP 2, one of my favorite grails in my collection. Had this for a very long time and I never planned to sell it. Got a little custom 1/3 mask, Sideshow Alien Egg, and then my favorite Alien statue today, XM Alien. This thing's an absolute beast. Super deep, super cool, and it pairs very well with Wolf because they're both very dynamic. But they look amazing together. And then to the left is where we have the original, no longer a recast, original Cinemacat Predator. So I sold my recasts. I don't have any more recasts in my collection. I've sold them all off. I'm not a fan of recasts, and I'm never buying a recast again. So I do not support recasts. But this is the original Cinemacat, cost me $5,000, and it's my favorite statue in my collection. So the recast, when I had it, might have been a top 20. The original is number 1. So that's how much of a big difference it is. So this thing is an absolute just perfect gem. And Prime 1 Studios has gone ahead and copied this, trying to make their own version. But I have no interest in that. I am extremely happy with my Cinemacat version. Above, we do have the life-size Icon Designs Predator mask. This looks great up here. To the left, we got this enormous wall-mountable Big Chap life-size bust. This thing's awesome. I love this thing. I'm so happy I got it. It looks so cool. To the left of Jungle Hunter, we're going to be getting Prime 1's Big Chap Action Pose Deluxe. Very, very excited to add that to the collection. It's supposed to be shipping here very, very soon. As you can see, I have tons of space for it. And these are all going to be just proximity pieces for that. But I wanted to have the original 2 next to each other, just like I have the wall mountables above. We got to do Big Chap, Jungle Hunter. That's the whole vision of mine. And so I'm very excited to get that. Hoping to get shipping notification any day now. Underneath is my other Alien pair. These two look great down low. They don't need to be displayed up high. And they actually pair very good together. Surprisingly, I think it pairs better than the XM Predator and XM Alien did. I think the poses and the overall look just pairs very well. So you have the Sideshow art print, XM Predator, amazing statue. Next to Dog Alien, which is just a perfect alien paint job and overall look. Extremely cool. Love that pair. They look awesome down there. To the right, we have the Prime 1 Fugitive life-size bust with removable mask and his claw hand inside a garage shelf. Looks awesome. And then to the right, you got the alien poster with the entire really lifespan of how an alien is formed. You got the Sideshow egg, which is a newer acquisition, along with face hugger, chest burster, all the way to the actual xenomorph head. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I wanted to do this for the longest time, but I didn't find a way to do it until I changed this to a garage shelf. And now that I have it in place, I'm never changing it. You know, I love this whole setup. The only thing we're doing is we're adding half scale Arnold and Big Chap, and then it's donezo. The only thing I might consider is changing out that bust for cool props Wolf bust if Wolf is far superior to this, which honestly I don't think it will be. But yeah, that is the horror setup. Like I said, this is my favorite in my collection, and so I definitely would love to have PCS Leatherface, PCS Ghostface, Annabelle, and we're getting none bust in, but yeah, we're already 30 minutes and we're only in one room. We got 4 rooms, folks, so buckle in. To the right, we got the Sideshow Iron Man half scale. This thing's amazing. However, I am going to be selling it and getting Queen Studios half scale Iron Man. I think it's better overall, and it will fit my collection better. Detail-wise, underneath is just a placeholder, but we got this little 1 to 1.5 Scarlet bust, and then that Wolverine there. To the right, I don't know if this will stay here, but we got the Leda by Prime 1 Studios, and I was going to put Queen Leda right here. However, I might have to move that because I did PO Queen's Iron Man Mark 7 bust, which I would obviously want next to the half scale, and then probably, I don't know, I will figure it out, but it'll be hard to move a Leda, to be honest. I may consider even doing the bust, Iron Man bust down low. Currently we have G.I. Joe down there, which I will be moving back into my video game room. These are amazing statues though, I love them. Definitely have no plans to ever sell them. Leda by Prime 1's also an amazing statue I'm very happy with. We'll get to that hallway later. Next, we're going into this room, my movie statue room. Alexa, turn on movie statue room lights. So this room has changed so much since the last video, guys. So much. One, there's 0 Bestas and Stuvas. Well, technically there's a Besta holding up that air purifier. But we got rid of everything. We put a Maji case in here. This room used to have tons of XM Studio products, tons of 1/4 scale, and we've completely rehauled this room. So this whole setup right here is all going to be Jurassic Park and World. This is something I've sold. It's just there. I'm just enjoying it until a guy pays me off, a buddy of mine. But a lot of this I am waiting for still. So we have my life-size Raptor bust, which I'm keeping and displaying here with the Chronicle Baby Raptor and this claw. Here we're going to be getting Prime 1's Rotunda T-Rex. This has, it's in preparing for shipping status right now, but I should have it in about a month and a half. So I'm extremely excited for this. I think it's going to be just an absolute amazing grail. So I'm so excited. And then above it, having the Chronicle T-Rex will look so cool as well. Then above you have the Chronicle Little T-Rex, the breakout one. And then this is where I'll put that little Jurassic Park logo from Prime 1. I want to do it next to the statue. Then we have the baby Crash McCleary Raptors right there. And eventually I'll put something else right there as well. Just figuring it out. Here's where I'll get a 1/6 Raptor, 1/6 Dilophosaurus. To the right, all this is Jurassic World specifically. So you have Blue and the Indoraptor, and they look awesome together like that. Absolutely love this pair. Above is where we'll get the Indominus Rex and the Mosasaurus. So waiting on both of those. They're probably multiple months out each, but very excited to add them. I think they'll pair extremely well together and just look amazing up here. Then we got the Jurassic World poster as seen. And then right here, this will likely eventually become Marvel, based off what Queen says they're making. For now, we've just put these, the Kong vs. Skullcrawler, which I do love, and I don't want to ever sell it, but I am struggling to find a good permanent spot for it. It's such a cool piece though. To the right is the PCS One-Third Spider-Man. This is one that I honestly regret buying. Not that I don't like it, just that I don't have any other 1/3 statues that pair with it. I don't like having one-offs. I like everything in themes, so I am selling it if anyone's interested. So if anyone's interested, message me. I will give you guys a good price. Far below retail. Then we have the Iron Studios 1/10 T-Rex. This thing's amazing. And I saw the second half of the car at Universal Studios in yesterday's video, if you guys saw it. And I definitely love that car. I wish I had it. This is an amazing set. Also finding problems on where to display this, especially if I ever have to move it and put Marvel there, for example. Ideally, I'd like to just keep it here though. But, you know, I got the 1/10 Dilophosaurus and the Raptors next to it. This display is definitely not final. We're still changing quite a bit in this room, actually. Here we got a little Achilles Troy setup with the shield. This is a custom bust by Adinho Maga. And then the ARH Achilles 1/4. So a very cool Troy setup I did here. Then to the right is where we got Lord of the Rings. Now this is going to have some huge changes, especially, you know, like if you watch me 2 years from now, this is going to be completely changed. So right now I have the entire Sideshow line, as seen just now. Eventually I'm going to sell 90% of that, depending on what Prime 1 Studio does, but I am going to be upgrading all my Sideshows to Prime 1s. So we're going to get Prime 1 Eragon, Prime 1 Legolas, Prime 1 Frodo, Prime 1 Sauron, Prime 1 Berserker, Prime 1 Lurtz. I doubt they're going to do any orcs, so I'll keep those. I'll probably just keep this pair, keep Saruman, keep at least one Gandalf. Depends if Prime 1 does a Gandalf or not. I'm really hoping they do Gandalf and Saruman. They can sell all mine. And then I'll sell Galadriel. I don't think she's an absolute must. But yeah, I'm going to be upgrading this entire setup. And right here actually is where we're doing Prime 1's Godzilla vs. Kong setup with the diorama above and the bust below. For now, it's just like this, because that's 2 years out. Below, we got the Weta Felbeast Balrog Smog. Love this pair. Eventually, I'll wall mount these. And then this will probably stay the same. You got Balrog by Weta and Smog. In between, I'll do the Felbeast by Iron Studios. Waiting on that. But for now, this is the display for Lord of the Rings. It's definitely going to be changing quite a bit. Then we come into Marvel. So Marvel is what's gone through such a huge change. As you can see, just a huge change. If you remember before, I had nothing but Stuva after Stuva with 1/4 and 1/4 and 1/4. This room felt so small and cluttered. I couldn't see pieces that good. So I went through a mass saw-off. I spent about, $15,000, $20,000 buying silicone busts, and I'm still dealing with some of the issues I've had with them. But I'm still happy I did go the silicone route. I think it was better for my collection. So here we got Venom Display, and this is really awesome. I love this display. With the 1/4 Venom and Carnage. Then we have a Deadpool display. So Sideshow Deadpool with custom Deadpool. I got some props. Above we got Wolverine display. So this Wolverine did arrive to me damaged. I'm still dealing with this seller and trying to, I really just want to return it, to be honest. I told him I will pay for shipping back to China and cover my original shipping. So I'm out about $1,000, but the seller's still not, he's hesitant to agree to it. So I'm just like, ugh, what do I do? What do I do? So yeah, we're dealing with it. If you won't let me return it and refund me, I will just have to pay to get this repaired. Although if it's up to me, I'd rather lose $1,000 than keep it, to be honest, just because it's peeling paint and it's such a pain in the butt. And I've decided I'd rather use that money and have this space for Lord of the Rings. If there wasn't that paint issue, I would keep it though. Then we have a custom Logan Wolverine 1/4 scale. This is an awesome best movie 1/4 out there. Then we go into my main MCU setup, because this is Marvel, but it's not MCU. This is where MCU starts. And the way I've done and themed this is the 5 major Phase 1 Marvel movies, you know. So we got Avengers 1, Avengers 2, and if you notice, I got posters of them. Civil War, and there we just did Captain Shield. Infinity War, and Endgame. So I really feel like those are the 5 pivotal, in essence, Avenger movies, because Civil War really is kind of an Avengers movie. Here you got the Queen Loki bust. So this one did arrive with issues as well, where it was a used unit that had helmet marks. And the seller was extremely such a pain in my butt to deal with, but they are sending me the Loki helmet, or have. I get it this upcoming week, in like 2 days. That's where you see the helmet marks. So once I get the helmet on and it covers that, this bust will look so much better. Then you got the Tesseract back here. The Loki scepter, and I actually really like it right in front of him. I feel like it tells a story, and it looks good. Then the 1/4 Loki, I have him holding a custom Tesseract in his hand. So very, very cool. Underneath is the Avengers One Diorama. Iron Studios, Hot Toys, a mix of both. I even added Vision in there just because it looks so cool. Even though it's technically inaccurate, but so is Hawkeye and Black Widow. They're both Age of Ultron, so I just kept it. Absolutely love that diorama, though. It's freaking awesome. Then you come to Age of Ultron. So, gone to different variations on how I wanted to display this, but I think this is where I've come to, really like it the most. You got the Hulk bust. This is one you really got to see in person to really appreciate. Now, my brother came to my house the other day, and this is one that he was impressed with the most. He was like, oh my gosh, that Hulk bust. To the left, Imaginary Marks Hulk Buster. This is a newer one as well. Very happy I got this. I know Queen Studios just, showed theirs off, went up for PO, but it's double the price of this, and I just don't think it's, worth double the cost. Underneath, Hulk, Widow, Ultron, Thor. So these all look great together. I like pairing those two because they had like a love relationship in the movie. I need a place for Thor, so he fits right there, and Ultron, the main villain, in between them. So I think that looks pretty darn good. Then you come to Civil War, which is still a work in progress on some parts of this. Top part is really more or less done, but I will add at least one more statue there. I'll move Groot. This is by Iron Studios, the entire line. You got Captain, and he does include a little Ant-Man. And I put the King Arts helmet here, a life-size prop replica. You got the new Captain America, or Hawkeye. Not Hawkeye. Falcon. Gah. Winter Soldier. And there is little Ant-Man. We put him here for now, but what I'll probably do is move this a little to the right, this a little to the left, and put Iron Studios Black Widow in the middle. Although I might even be able to just fit her right there. But I do want to incorporate her into this display, because I think she'll look really good. Then you have Captain's team with War Machine, Panther, Captain America, or Iron Man. It's been a long day. Then you got some props over here. In the middle, Captain Marvel life-size bust. And this is by Queen Studios. Amazing bust with silicone, light up. Very, very cool. Above, Iron Spidey. This is one that really needs to be displayed up high, so I found it best up here with some props. Underneath Captain Marvel is some Infinity props. So different props from the Infinity line. Then we go into the main Infinity War and Endgame setup. So check this out. I'm very happy with how this display's turned out. So on the bottom, the way I do it is prop 1/4 bust, prop 1/4 bust. Having 2 busts in the middle, then above, bust with prop. The 4 1/4 line with prop in the middle, and then bust. So I think it works out perfectly. So Hot Toys gauntlet with little prop there. I absolutely love this Spider-Man. This thing's freaking amazing. Next to his bust. I have tried doing that Spider-Man next down here, but it just doesn't work. That one has to be up high. This Iron Spidey bust is by Queen Studios. Then you have Black Panther, Thanos by Iron Studios from Infinity War, and then Gauntlet by Hot Toys, life size. So these are all amazing. And then my most recent acquisition is this monstrous bust Iron Man by Queen Studios, Battle Damage. This thing's crazy big. We also have the King Arts proof that Tony Stark has a heart prop. But yeah, this Queen bus is insane. I'm super happy with this, though. I think they killed it. It's not quite as good as the Proto in terms of, you know, how much battle damage they did on it, but overall it's a beautiful bust. Huge and just gorgeous paint job. Then you have the Endgame line by Iron Studios. Iron Man. I like doing him unmasked, just because all my other Iron Mans are masked, so I feel like he needs to be unmasked. Yeah, this is an awesome piece. Then you got Thor and Captain. I put the two gauntlets. Thanos, who's my favorite. He's my favorite villain of all time. And I love this piece. I think it's amazing. Giant sword. This thing's huge. Then my favorite Marvel bust, Queen Studios. Thanos. This thing's amazing. Ever since I put baby powder, I'm able to enjoy it much better, where the purple really comes out more. Not like a dark purple blue. This has the best base by far. I love this base. I love the armor, the detail. Just overall amazing. And that is basically the movie stature. And we're still going to go through some changes in this room, adding the Godzilla vs. Kong display, Prime 1 Lord of the Rings. Down there where we got Vision, Thor, and Groot, we're going to be doing Vision bust, Scarlet Witch. Over here, we'll decide what to do here, but I definitely want to get Captain America bust, Doctor Strange bust. So, you know, a year from now, if you watch my videos, I'm sure I'll tell you, and hopefully we can get some more pieces in here by then. We will see, but I'm very happy with how this room has come out. It's much more spacious, as you can see, where before I had shelves up to here, and I was like, could barely even fit. Then we come to the hallway. So this has gone through so many changes in the past. I've gone from DBZ to random statues to Greek-themed hallway to now just random movies. So we got a little Caesar display. I'm getting a Blue Box Hyper Caesar bust. He'll go right here next to PCS 1/4 Caesar. My whole theme is trying to do bust in 1/4, really. Underneath, Indiana Jones, Molar Ram, with some props, and Indiana Jones. And then to the right, you have 300. This looks awesome. Daxton from Prince of Persia. So that looks great. And then above, one of my other favorite busts in my collection, Jack Sparrow. This is a custom silicone bust. Extremely realistic and lifelike. And I've done a lot of customization to this, adding hair jewelry, bandanas, hat. I've really, you know, changed this bust so much. Then we've added some props next to it, like his compass and coins. But absolutely amazing bust. Next to the 1/4 Jack Sparrow, then we got a poster above. To the right is Star Wars. So this entire display is Star Wars with Maul and Ren underneath with some props and 1/4 poster. Above is the main face of Star Wars, Vader. So we got the IS, Iron Studios, Vader. We're waiting on Sideshow's life-size bust to go right here, and then this sick-looking Empire Strikes Back poster. So yeah, this has gone through lots of changes. Before, I used to have nothing but Stuvas and PAX units and Bestas here. Then we come to this room. This room is pretty close to the same last time we looked at it. We have added a few new pieces and changed a few shelves. So this has remained the same. I don't know if I'll be changing this ever, but you got the Arcade 1-Up. And then MK. So I'm a huge fan of MK. We got the entire classic line in here, from the classic 1/3 up top. Although technically Katana, Melina, MK9, and MKX. But nevertheless, I absolutely love this 1/3 line. It's a shame they discontinued it. PCS is focused on other things. Scorpion's my favorite of the bunch. Him and Melina, actually. I love that Melina. Oh, I really love them all. They're so freaking cool. Absolutely love this line. Then underneath, you got the 1/4 Goro. You can blame him, the reason I got into statue collecting. I Googled images of Goro, and I saw that, and then I got into statue collecting. Shao Kahn, he's the best classic statue by far. Him and Goro and Kintaro. Raiden and Liu Kang. Alexa, turn on Transformer statue room lights. Then you have the original Ninjas. So I still remember these bad boys being released and the hype around them, how much they were selling for. So I still got them, still love them. Then you have the 3 cyborgs. Still absolutely love these pieces and haven't really changed the way they look since I got them. I love the way they look and they look great together. Kintaro, I do think he is one of the absolute best. Him and Shao Kahn. Then Goro is how rate it. Love Kintaro though, freaking sick. Then the girls, Jade and Melina. Now I like doing her unmasked for this one. That's all the MK. Then you really go into Transformers and Ninja Turtles. So really it's like a Michael Bay theme if you think about it, since he did both movies. Now you got Jazz over here. He's a newer acquisition in the last few months. He's an awesome looking little Transformer statue. He fits inside a Stuva, doesn't take up a lot of space, but looks packed with tons of detail. Then you have the Turtles. So, you know, I had these for the longest time, and I still don't ever plan to sell them. I love them. Michelangelo's my favorite. Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael. Absolutely love this pair. They're super cool, and I have them with their posters. Of course, you can't have the Turtles without their Master Splinter. Here's where we'll be getting one final statue for this room for now. Drift from Transformers 5. So, waiting on him. He is shipping alongside with the Rotunda T-Rex. So I'll get them both same day. Above is Transformers 4 setup. So you have Optimus Prime, Night Edition. This is a very cool statue. Very good pose, amazing detail. Next to Lockdown with the additional dogs or hounds. So very, very cool piece. Love this one. Just packed with crazy good detail and paint job. Grimlock, of course. To date, this my Grimlock unboxing video has the most views on my YouTube channel. Over like 700,000 views, I think, which is crazy. But I absolutely love this piece. Still just such an amazing piece. So very, very cool. Then you go into T3, which is my favorite Transformers movie by far. So we have added a few new pieces in the collection since then. You know, I finished off the original Autobot team, adding Ratchet, Ironhide, and of course Jazz. And then we also added a very recent acquisition. This big bad boy right here, Sentinel Prime. So this piece is extremely cool. Huge base, amazing detail. Its colors really pop. So he is a huge one, as you can see. He towers over these guys. So very, very cool. And he comes with this little proximity piece. Then you got Ratchet. He's a newer acquisition. Very cool piece. I love all the Transformer statues. They're so cool. Matrix of Leadership. Ironhide. This one is amazing. So much detail and craziness. You could just look at these things for hours and find so much detail. Got a life-size Optimus helmet. And of course, Bumblebee next to Optimus. Just amazing. I like to have the cars for both of these, plus their bus. So you got the car, Bumblebee, Optimus from Dark Side of the Moon. Absolutely love this piece. I got the battle damage switch out head, and then his other head. I really love displaying this gun. I love that gun. It's so cool. And then one of my favorite statues in the entire collection, Shockwave. This thing is freakishly huge, like 3 feet deep, wide, and tall. So you can just see how big it is compared to everything here. But absolutely amazing piece. Just look at the crazy detail in this thing. It's like, wow. I mean, just check this out. Boom. This is truly one you just gotta see in person. You know, another collector came to my house and saw this in person. He liked it so much, he decided to get into the Transformer statues. So he bought himself Shockwave. So they truly are just super, super impressive, especially Shockwave. Then you go into Megatron. This is from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I do display this battle damaged head. I really like the battle damaged look. Then, of course, is right-hand man, Starscream. So very, very cool. Starscream's actually quite big, especially with this arm coming out. His presence is just crazy. So that is the Transformers room. So Transformers, MK, then I got my treadmill, you know, and weights. I work out quite a bit. So yeah, just adding drift to this room and I'll probably be done unless I decide to change the display to garage shelving, which is a lot of effing work. So I don't know if I'll do that. I may someday if I ever truly need space, because I think doing garage shelving I can add a lot of space. Then we go into the final room. Alexa, turn on video game statue room lights. So this room's gone through a few changes. We've put Warcraft in this room, changed this to a garage shelf. We're still adding one more Warcraft piece, Black Hand. He's going to go right there, obviously. Next to Golden, which is still one of my favorite 1/4 scale statues to date. Amazing, amazing piece. And I think Black Hand will be just as good. Then you got Duratin and Orgrim. These two pair perfectly together. So Warcraft, I think does fit very well in here. And then we go into video game statues and we'll finish off with DBZ. So video game, I got a dedicated Zelda shelf right here in this PAX unit. This is my, I only got 2 PAX units left. But I got a little, like 1/6 up here from, this is mostly first 4 figures. They did the majority of these pieces. Custom Link, because they never did a 1/4 Link, believe it or not. Ganondorf and Princess Zelda. I think this just looks amazing together. Then you have the Link On series, so Link on Epona, Link on Red Lion, and Link on Loftwing. So I absolutely love these pieces, and I added the little Majora's Mask. I sold my big one. So very, very cool Zelda setup. Very happy with how this looks. So this is where I'll return G.I. Joe. I just haven't done it yet, but I will return them there because I know for a fact I'll need that under garage shelf space. And this will be my ninjas theme, where you have the 2 G.I. Joe ninjas. We'll do Bruce Lee, the Blitzway 1/4 version, Ryu Hayabusa, and the MK ninjas above. So Scorpion, Sub-Zero, MKX, which is my favorite version of them. So absolutely love this pair. They are freaking amazing. So cool. Then to the left, we have random video games all the way to right here. And you go to more MK, really. Still adding quite a few pieces to this line, and I know we'll be adding future pieces to this line. So the ones I know I'm going to be adding, Horizon Zero Dawn Aloy, Kratos and Atreus, Jin Sakai, Ellie from Gaming Heads, but we are going to want Last of Us 1 from Prime 1, Nathan Drake from Prime 1. So we're definitely going to add those two. Right here we got the entire Witcher line by Prime 1, at least the line I wanted to collect. There's still additional characters they made. But you got Eridan, the main villain of Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt, Yennefer, she looks awesome. I love these crazy cool bases. Geralt of Riviera. And Ciri. So very, very cool. Although even more impressive is this guy, Dante. He is my favorite Prime 1 video game statue. They just killed it on this guy. The base detail, that giant sword, the detail. Oh, this piece is just truly a masterpiece. I love it so much. Then we're going to go to random, more random video games. You got Snake, first 4 figures. Love this statue. Master Chief by Sideshow with a little helmet and Cortana. First 4 figures, Nightmare, Soul Calibur, and Samus. Then we got Uncharted Nathan Drake, Sideshow, my first Sideshow purchase. And Lara Croft by Gaming Heads. Here's a Dante by HMO. This is one I am selling, so message me if you're interested on Instagram. This is the first Dante from Devil May Cry 1. Great looking statue, I just don't want to have duplicate characters. You got William from Neo. Awesome video game if you haven't played Neo before. And then Bloodborne. Very, very fun video game as well. Then you have the Clicker, Gaming Heads. Love that clicker. This is something I've sold, so it's just here enjoying it until I need to box it up by Tsume Krillin. Then we go into MK. So MK, this is mostly MK9 and then MKX on the desk. Above though, you do have a little Ip Man with a Ryu Hayabusa Ninja. This is all 1/6. You got Raiden and Kung Lao. And then here I did these like posters behind to sort of make it like a diorama. I think it looks really good. But you have Katana, Shao Kahn, and Baraka. I love all these statues. Shao Kahn was my first 1/4 scale statue. And then you have this pair. I still remember waiting like 4 years for this guy. My gosh, he took forever. But I'm super happy to have them. I love this pair. They're so cool. And then we just have the bust underneath. These two are awesome together. Got the MK poster. My final Psycho 1/4 scale, Ermac. And I don't think I'll ever sell him just because I don't have a box and he's already damaged. Then you have the other MKX 1/4 with Kodo Khan and Quan Chi. So very, very cool. Then one of my favorite statues in the collection, PCS Goro 1/3. This thing is 3 feet tall and absolutely freaking amazing. Here on my work desk, so when I'm sitting down, I get to look at Goro and Burly. But love, love, love Goro. So cool. Got some different smaller figures. This MK11 mask, MKX Scorpion. And that is basically it for video games. Everything else is Dragon Ball Z. So I'm a huge DBZ fan. I started out collecting DBZ. And I've added quite a bit of DBZ since the last video. So we've moved Tsume Broly over here on the desk where previously it was like right here. I've moved it here. I feel this is just a better spot, safer. I get to enjoy it more. So still the best DBZ statue to date in my opinion. Broly holding Goku cannot be beat. And then to the left is where you have 1/6 scale and my 2 monster busts. So I have the MRC Trunks prototype bust along with MRC Vegeta. Trunks is the best DBZ bust and best anime bust, period. This thing is freakishly huge and amazing. Super, super cool. And then, of course, Vegeta, which I've had for such a long time. And he was my favorite bust before Trunks, but Trunks is just more impressive. Then DBZ is all focused on by Saga. So this is Saiyan Saga. I used to have more, but I did sell them to fund the Terminator bust. But really just the unlicensed is what I've stuck to. So special being canon, you got Goku versus Vegeta, both fighting, and the final. Because I feel like this was the most pivotal and crucial scenes of Saiyan Saga, so I kept these ones. And I feel like this display looks really, really good. So I'm very happy with how it looks. Then we go into the DBZ 1/6. I'm not going to show you every one of them. I have videos of that. You guys have seen them before. But you have the Frieza Saga, which ends right there, really, into Android Saga, Cell Saga, and then Boo Saga right there. But yeah, these are all unlicensed. Most of them come from companies like VKH, MRC, Transcendent Studios. I'm very happy with this wall. I don't have plans to ever sell this, to be honest. It's my pride and joy. I still look at this and absolutely love it. I know I could probably sell this and have maybe $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 and buy, 2 silicone busts. But to be honest, I'd rather have this. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I remember running home from school to go watch Goku and Vegeta fight, and I just loved it so much. And this just has so much nostalgia and love in my heart, and I love the dioramas. I love 1/4 scale, don't get me wrong, but I love these 1/6 dioramas. It's really what got me into collecting as well. So definitely love this wall a ton. Then you go into 1/4 scale. So really we've only added a few pieces on here. I know we've added this Goku bust by J. Ross. Waited what feels like an eternity for this thing. But it did turn out magnificent, so I'm very happy with it. Next, Dragon Fist, still one of my favorites. This pairs extremely nicely. Then we got this bad boy, Exceed Goku vs. Vegeta Monster Diorama. And then J. Ross Vegeta bust. So you can just see how awesome this looks with the 1/4 and the bust on each side. Just freaking gorgeous. And then Tsume Vegeta, the second best DBZ statue. Amazing. Then underneath we have the Trunks prototype 1/4 scale by MRC. This is truly an amazing statue. And there's the switch out Trunks head that goes on the bust. And then my most recent DBZ is this bad boy, Vegeta by MRC. So very happy with this one. It's freaking awesome. And then you have KD Cell and Boo. So we're still adding quite a bit more DBZ. As you can see, I have a lot of empty space. So we're getting Reborn Frieza, Transcendent Studio Androids, KD Goku, KD Piccolo, Prime 1 Goku, and Prime 1 Vegeta will actually just replace that Kratos right there, and he'll go right in the middle. And then DBZ, for the most part, is done. I'll only sell to buy new if I like whatever they're releasing more than what I currently own. For the most part, I'm not going to be selling the 1/6. I'd only be upgrading the 1/4. But most of these 1/4 are to the point where I don't think it can get much better, especially after the ones I've mentioned. The only thing I think I might replace would be Frieza. You know, I believe Tsume teased a Frieza. We have KD Frieza, Prime 1 Frieza. So whatever Frieza is the best is the one I'll get. For now, for current released ones, I feel Reborn's the best. But let's see what Tsume does. So let's see what Prime 1 and KD does. Whichever one I feel is the best is the one I'll be buying. Because I want the best. You know, I still feel like my Gohan's the best. That's the best Majin Vegeta, the best Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the best Cell, the best Boo. Prime 1 Goku will be the best Goku all around, though. Anyways, folks, if you watched this whole video, wow, props to you. That was a long hour, but thank you for watching. So my collection has gone through a lot of changes in the past. I feel like it's all been for the best. You know, there's definitely going to be more changes in the future. So I'll do another room tour in about 6 months, you know, end of the year room tour. But let me know your thoughts and opinions below, especially if you don't follow my channel, because I feel like I have about 2,000 to 3,000 people that follow my channel on a daily basis. But then there's people who just watch my room tours. So you may not have seen all these changes since the last room tour. But let me know your thoughts and opinions below, any suggestions. I'm quite proud of my collection. It's, you know, 7+ years in the making, but it's all... You know, it's been a crazy, wild time, but I still have a lot of statues on pre-order, like 40 or something. So we're going to be adding a ton of amazing pieces in this collection in the near future. So if you haven't, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you can catch all my daily content. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.